Happy first day of fall camp. Breaking news from the University of Georgia. Thomas is no longer part of the team. The embattled wideout who has been arrested for the second time in Athens has been kicked off the team. Kirby Smart opened his press conference saying that he had met with Thomas after he was released from jail on Tuesday, and he is no longer part of the Georgia Bulldogs. So Thomas, who was expected to be a pretty big contributor for the Bulldogs this year, is no longer part of the Georgia football team. Good news for Georgia is that running back Branson Robinson, one of the strongest guys on the team, is back for the start of fall camp with no limitations. That's big. Kirby had kind of alluded to that. That was kind of the news that came out of SEC Media Days, was that Branson Robinson, one of Georgia's better backs, was much further along than they had anticipated. And he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to start fall camp, fully healthy. But apparently he is. Now they will do a little bit of load management. They don't want to, go too fast with him, but he is back with no limitations, and that's huge news. So Georgia gets Branson Robinson back. Of course, they have Trevor Etienne, who's not quite sure how much he'll play versus Clemson. Maybe he plays the entire game. We don't know. Roderick Robinson's looked very good in the spring. Cash Jones, of course, is money. Don't mean a pun there. I just mean he's very reliable. So Georgia's running back room really good, especially with the three true freshmen they have who are going to be lights out. Keep the name Nate Frazier in your uppermost part of your mind. He talked a little bit about Dalen Everett, the corner that a lot of Georgia fans kind of ripped on last year, talking about the confidence he's had. I think Dalen Everett is poised for a very big year this year. Kirby was asked a lot about, how are you going to manage camp because of the whole back and forth, with do you go really hard in camp and risk getting guys hurt when you could be having a much longer season? Or, do you manage it? Do you cut back a little bit and kind of take it easy? And he said, no, fall camp, we're going hard. He mentioned toughness repeatedly. And Arian Smith, another wide receiver that, Georgia fans want to see, he mentioned him and Haynes. As guys these are guys that got to get tough. It's a very physical game. We ask a lot of our returners and our wide receivers, and he talked about the defensive line and offensive line. He wants a very physical camp. So for the next 2 weeks, as the Bulldogs go very intently in their practices leading up to the regular part of the preseason, the next 2 weeks going to be tough. It's going to be hot in Athens today. It'll be hot in Athens tomorrow. It's going to be a very interesting fall camp. Stay tuned to UGA Sports for a lot more.